Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we are in another Lexus IS500 F Sport. I've driven one of these on the channel before, a 2022 model year. Also compared it against original Lexus ISF. Today we're revisiting this car. This is a 2023 beautiful dark red color, black interior, spec'd out this way. It has an MSRP of around $66,000, but I believe these start at just over 61 grand. Why would you buy this car over something like an M340i, Cadillac CT4V Blackwing? Well, it's a less aggressive car. It's a Lexus. It's soft, it's supple, it's very comfortable. It's gonna last 200,000 miles or more, but most importantly, you buy it because it has a 5-liter naturally aspirated V8, the last of its kind. It revs out to 7,400 RPM, makes a fantastic sound. It does have some active sound enhancement from the speakers, which you can disable, but personally, I don't mind it. It makes the sound inside the car more aggressive. This car weighs about 3,900 pounds. You can only get it with an 8-speed torque converter automatic transmission. It's a pretty old transmission at this point. We have electric power steering. This engine makes 472 horsepower and 395 pound-feet of torque. We also have double wishbone front suspension. Everything else is basically McPherson strut nowadays, so double wishbone should theoretically give us not only better ride quality, but also better turn-in response and dynamic negative camber change when aggressively cornering. Let's see if any of that matters. Ultimately, this is still an F Sport product, not a true F product. There is no ISF of this generation. Quick word on the interior. People complain about this interior a lot because it is prior gen. It is essentially a 9-year-old interior design, but I have to say, I quite like it. I like the fact that there's dedicated controls and buttons for basically everything. Center clock here, yeah, it's old-fashioned. It's pretty much useless, but I think it looks really nice and classy, especially with this metal trim. Don't like the piano black plastic on this center console. Also, not a big fan of the Lexus touchpad system, but honestly, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, once you have those systems set up, this screen works beautifully. It's high resolution, it's touch sensitive, heated and cooled seats, heated steering wheel, a proper hi-fi system. But we're not here to talk too much about that. Let's start this thing up. In terms of drive modes, Eco, Normal, and Sport, and then Sport Plus. We are going to put it into Sport Plus. Traction control. If you hold the button, it'll turn VSC off. Super cool feature, this digital gauge in the middle. If you press this button on the steering wheel, the whole thing mechanically shifts over. Absolutely love that. It's very Lexus LFA. Is it that useful? Not really, because all you get on this left side here is a compass and your navigation directions, which you already have on your screen. But I love it. I absolutely love it. We're gonna put it into manual mode. Unfortunately, to downshift is pull towards you, upshift is push away. It should be the other way around, but at least we do have these very nice metal paddle shifters on the steering wheel. Now, I did drive this car earlier, so the transmission should be warmed up. Love this gauge cluster. Changes colors as you get closer to red line. Oh, pretty aggressive rev match downshifts. There is a bit of a delay from when you pull a paddle until the shift actually happens, but the shift itself is pretty snappy. Steering is very light, not a ton of feel. Even in Sport Plus, it's a little bit lighter than I would like. Also, this does have adaptive dampers, but you really feel no difference in any of the modes. I've tried all 3 settings over the last week. I think it's a useless feature. The car feels soft. That's fine, because this car ultimately is a daily driver. It's not meant for track work. It's not even really meant for canyon driving. Out here in the canyons, it doesn't do too badly. It loves to rotate on throttle. Transmission's not the smoothest, but it is aggressive in Sport Plus mode, I'll give it that. And that sound, active enhancement from the speakers, honestly, I don't mind it. I think it might be a little bit too quiet without it, actually. First gear. We do have an electronic limited slip differential in the rear axle, so you can do some big smoky drifts in this thing. But for a 3,900 pound Lexus, first and foremost, it's meant to be comfortable, and that it definitely is. The ride quality is fantastic. I've been daily driving this for the last 6 days, and it's so comfortable. You can still rip on it in the canyons and have some fun. Listen to that V8 sing at least. Oh yes. Brakes feel good. A little bit of a soft pedal, but it's very easy to modulate. For track work, which I don't know why you do it, but if you did take your IS500 to the track, you do need better brakes. At least a pad and fluid upgrade. Good turn-in, despite having only a 235 section width front tire. Oh, jeez. That throttle response is really weird mid-corner. I was trying to feather it to keep the slide going, but maybe I just need more seat time, but that was a little strange. This car definitely is under-tired. Only a 235 front, 265 rear, Bridgestone summer tire, and not a very aggressive compound at that. For a car that weighs almost 4,000 pounds, yeah, not a whole lot of grip. I wish they had gone with a 255 front, 275 rear. Still staggered, still some safety understeer built in. Hey, not a big deal. Again, this is an F Sport product, not an actual ISF. So all of the shortcomings that I'm mentioning when driving this car hard, the grip level, the sharpness of the steering, the relative softness of the suspension, but all of those things make this car an easy daily driver and keep the maintenance costs reasonable. So if that's what you want in your sports sedan, then the IS500 does a fantastic job. This isn't going to win over an M340i in a drag race or even on track. Certainly won't even come close to a CT4V Blackwing. Again, I've said this 5 times already, this is not an ISF. It's a car that is meant to be driven every single day. It's meant to be comfortable, it's meant to be soft, it's meant to have good tech, which this does. It has radar cruise control, lane keep assist, which works really well. It keeps me in the lane. All I have to do is hold onto the wheel. The back seat is a little bit cramped, I will say, and the headroom is not the best. I actually think my Integra Type S has quite a bit more rear legroom at least. But if that's not a problem for you, this is a fantastic daily driver that can do this. Quick enough in a straight line for sure. It won't blow your socks off with its acceleration, but you get the drama, that pure high-pitched induction note. Not super high-pitched, but more high-pitched than anything else on the market in this segment. So it's a really special car, and exactly the formula that some people want. Some people want a softly sprung, comfortable car with maybe lazier responses, but super daily drivable, that can go 200,000+ miles, as Lexuses and Toyotas often do, but they still give you the excitement when you put your right foot down. That's where this IS500 excels over anything else that you can buy brand new in this price point. So a big shout out to Lexus for letting me review this IS500. Let me know what you think about this car at $61,000 to $66,000 depending on your spec. Is it worth the money? Is it really a driver's car? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.